plants can be harmful or fatal if swallowed.
Hi friends, happy 4th of July, happy 250th anniversary of the United States of America. It's a pretty good place to find mushrooms. And not only are we celebrating the 4th of July, we're also celebrating Mushroommas. And what is Mushroommas? Well, Mushroommas happens usually only once or twice a year in the summer or fall, following a period of extreme rain, usually following a period of extreme dryness. Talking tons of rain, raining for 3 days straight or a whole day straight, several inches of rain, and that is when you can find the most mushrooms of any time of the year. So it is an exciting time. So let's head out there and see if we can find 250 mushrooms. Come on, come on, come on. So yeah, I'm finding tons of mushrooms right here in the leaf litter under these mature red oaks and beech trees. Let's see, anybody home? Oh, hi turtle. That's a good spot. It's like a little grotto for you. And nice and cool. Well, the water looks pretty gross though. See you later. And down here is the first telltale sign of Mushroommas. This is how you know. And all of these little tiny white mushrooms on the sticks, kind of like little snowflakes declaring happy Mushroommas. These are little Marasmius mushrooms. They decompose the sticks on the forest floor, and when it rains for several days, they will be everywhere, and they are quite beautiful. Delicate, papery, and there are other Marasmius mushrooms that decompose just the leaves, even tinier ones, several different kinds that you can find. But these are ephemeral mushrooms that only last a day or so, and they'll only come out when there are extreme levels of moisture. You can see the rhizomes coming off of this little stick, going into the leaf litter, absorbing water, maybe some other nutrients as well. Very cool, tiny little parachute mushroom. Ah, look at that, very impressive. I do enjoy a good bolete mushroom. Bolete type mushrooms are cap and stem mushrooms that do not have gills. Instead of gills, they have a spongy pore surface underneath the cap. This is the curry bolete, Boletus sensibilis, called the curry bolete because of its aroma that smells like curry, but it is not an edible mushroom despite its tasty name. If you eat this one, you will get some severe gastric upset. This mushroom has a yellow stem, has a yellow spongy pore surface that will progressively turn more orange colored as it matures, and it has kind of this sunburst coloration on the cap. It is already immediately staining blue from me touching it. It is a very sensitive mushroom. You can see also staining over here. It is known and gets its name for its extreme staining reaction. So let's cut it in half. And check that out. Immediately staining blue. That is a super cool one. It won't stain your fingers or anything. It's just a chemical reaction inside the mushroom. But yeah, there it is. Boletus sensibilis. Let's move on to the next mushroom. Ah, here's a mushroom, a very, very impressive mushroom. Basically the largest cap and stem mushroom I've come across here in southern Indiana. This is the American Abrupt bulb lepidella, Amanita abrupta, and you can recognize it by its giant, huge, swollen, round base. This almost looks like a barbell right now. The base the same size as a cap, but this can get enormous, over a foot tall, maybe 8 to 10 inches wide on the top. It is not an edible mushroom, but a very shaggy, kind of white to creamish, giant cap and stem mushroom. Let's keep going. Here we have some destroying angels. Probably got trampled. That's a very dangerous mushroom. Maybe we can find a better example of it. That's not a very good example. Let's continue. Oh yeah. There's some destroying angels down there. It's a pretty common mushroom in the summer here in the hardwood forest. One of the most dangerous mushrooms. There's the eastern North American destroying angel and a western destroying angel. They're very thin and tall, not too big, around in the cap, maybe 4 inches tops. But they do have that annulus, that ring on the stem. And let's see if we can show the vulva at the base. Just a little bit left. Base. But yeah, they are Amanita mushrooms. They do have an egg sac or vulva. Destroying angel is a highly poisonous mushroom. It has for sure killed some people, but it does not have nearly the body count of the death cap mushroom. The death cap is a more stouter, thicker mushroom with a yellowish, greenish top, and it is responsible for 90% of the annual mushroom fatalities, largely because it resembles some edible species like the paddy straw mushroom and the gopher American Caesar. But the destroying angel does contain amatoxins as well and is very, very dangerous.
Don't eat destroying angels.
Oh, and let's look at this little tiny one coming up over here. You can see the annulus separating from the gills, and as the stem grows taller, it will kind of fall off, and the slugs do enjoy eating it. All right, next mushroom. So here is a very nice example of the red and yellow bolete. Bicolor Bolete. Very similar to the curry bolete, but this one is edible. Let me show you. I don't want to hurt this one next to it, but I'm going to. Probably. Nope, I didn't. Okay, this one's a little on the older side. You can see there's a slug burrowed into it. But this is characterized by a reddish top that often gets eaten by squirrels and bugs, revealing kind of a spongy yellow undersurface and the red and yellow stem. This mushroom also has a blue staining reaction that is very prominent in the pore surface, but not so much in the cap and the stem. You can see the pore surface is already getting stained just by some slight bruising by me. Let's go ahead and cut it. The pore tube layer stains almost immediately, but everything else will take a while before it stains, if it stains at all. Very good summer mushroom. I'm gonna keep that one, throw it in the basket. All right, let's keep moving. Ah! Okay, so here we have a hognose snake, a relatively harmless snake, not venomous. They'll just puff up and they'll stick out their necks, kind of like a cobra. And apparently if you threaten these snakes enough, they'll roll over on their back and play dead. But I don't really want to threaten this snake that much. Sorry, snake. I can see you're aggravated already. I'm just going to leave you alone. Okay, let's get away from the snake. Woo, it's hot. But we're off to a good start. Pretty confident we're going to get to 250 mushrooms. Oh, we got some Appalachian Chanterelles just coming up there. Some young ones. And some destroying angels just coming up. Destroying angel. Oh, and here's one of my favorite little mushrooms that comes out after rain in the summer. Jelly babies. Jelly babies have a kind of typical cap and stem mushroom look, but they are made of jelly. And there are a few different kinds, super cute. These are the ones I usually find, these yellow ones. But there are ones that have a green top that look really extraordinary. And these, my friends, are called chicken lips. I do enjoy seeing a little cluster of jelly babies mushrooms. Usually find them in the moss or at the base of a tree. And I don't think they're deadly toxic or anything, but I wouldn't recommend eating them. There's nothing to them. Oh, there's lots of them here. All right, let's move on. Oh, what's this? Wow. Look how pointy that one is. Whoa. Huh. Well, we got a lot of striation lines, a dark pointy cap. And no ring on the stem. Can't see a vulva, but it goes way down, so there could definitely be a vulva here. That could be some kind of Amanita vaginata section mushroom. Hard to say at this point. I am seeing a lot of grisettes or Amanita vaginata type mushrooms. Nice. Let's move on. Okay, so here's an example of some more tiny ephemeral mushrooms. These are decomposing this stump. There are thousands of these. That is an amazing fruiting of mushrooms on this old oak stump. Teeny tiny mushrooms. Some of them barely a millimeter across in the cap. Awesome. All right, let's continue. Hi, Skinny. It's gonna get loud tonight. Be forewarned. There's gonna be some fireworks. See you later. So here we have some little white mushrooms. Have a stem and a kind of spiny top. These are gem-studded puffballs, or common puffballs. You can find these in the woods or in the grass and lawns and pastures. And it is an edible mushroom, but I do not recommend it, as it could be confused for an Amanita. If you cut the little round white ball of an Amanita egg, it will have the outline of a little mushroom, a little cap and stem mushroom inside. Could be dangerous. I would stick to the pear-shaped puffball, which grows on wood, or the giant puffball. You're not gonna confuse those with anything else. Only eat a puffball when the interior flesh is completely stark white. All right, there's another mushroom. Let's keep going. Chanterelles, chanterelles, it's mushroommas, they're so pretty. All right, here's my favorite bolete of the bunch, probably. The old man of the woods. This is a younger old man of the woods. Prime for eating. See those spongy pores, very rough and scaly, reticulated stem, and kind of spiky cap. It's such a cool looking mushroom. It kind of blew me away the first time I learned about this mushroom, that it even existed. I did not know mushrooms could look like this, and I didn't think that mushrooms that look like this would be edible, but it's a pretty good edible. It's not great, but it's not that bad. And the flesh will stain red when cut, turn into like a flesh-like pinkish rose color when bruised or cut. That's a good one. I'm gonna throw that in the basket. All right. Let's keep moving on. Find something else. Oh man. Wow, look at how big this mushroom is. That is a gigantic yellow and white colored mushroom. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Look at that thing. Very hollow stem, very fragile. Gills are detached. Have kind of like a yellow ochre colored top. That is a very impressive mushroom. So this is a real interesting one. One of the bigger Russula mushrooms you could find, or at least that I could find here in southern Indiana. This could be a lot of things. This could be the almond scented Russula with a pleasant almond scent in immaturity. Then it gets kind of a foul odor. Or it could be the stinking brittle gill, very similar, but less of a pleasant almond scent. Or even the fetid Russula fotentula. So there are quite a few mushrooms that look like this. It's like a strong, unpleasant chemical odor. So yeah, you don't want to eat this one. It's supposed to taste very bitter and acrid, or even peppery. I guess here, I'll try a tiny piece. Yep, that's gross. Yeah, now it's getting peppery on my tongue. Ah, Excuse me. So yeah, not very substantial for such a large mushroom, but a very cool big Russula mushroom. Let's keep moving. Here's some more bolete mushrooms. One of my favorite to see. A very impressive, cool mushroom. The Goldstalk or ornate stalked bolete. There's a lot of reticulation on the gold stem here. You can see that network of netting, yellow stem, bright yellow pores, and yellow cap when it first comes out, and it will turn more of a kind of an olive or brownish color as it ages. And this mushroom will turn your fingers yellow if you handle it too much. Could contain some toxins. It might just be extremely bitter, as a lot of boletes are, and one I see quite often. Actually, there's a couple more over here. We got this one, a little smaller one, and here we have more of a double one. Also, it's being colonized by some hypomyces, some kind of mushroom-eating mold. That one almost looks like a chanterelle, doesn't it? Nice. Oh, I can hear the fireworks starting already. Better keep moving. Here's another cute little red and yellow. It's much smaller, has a little bite taken out of it. And let's see, over here we have a number of what might look like acorn caps. These are what I call peanut butter cups. They're cup fungi. They look like a Reese's peanut butter cup to me, or like a Buckeye. And they are eaten in some places in Asia, though most North American field guides will list them as inedible. And like every cup fungus, the top surface is the fertile surface, not the underneath. And if we're lucky, we can maybe get one to sporulate. Yeah, there's a sporulation. Good luck, little spores. Hope you find a good home. Nice. All right, let's find some more. Ooh, what's this? Looks like we have another bolete. Yellow stem, orange top, very, very spongy looking. But wait, it has gills. What is going on there? This is the Gilled Bolete, super bright yellow gills and stem. You got some ridges on the stem, but no reticulation. Looks like it has stained a little bit brown or reddish from bug damage. And here's another one, completely eaten by hypomyces or some kind of mushroom devouring mold. But these are easy to identify and edible mushrooms. If you get to know them, they have the gills, they look like a bolete with kind of an orangey top, and there will be no staining reaction. Oh, we're getting the cicadas are starting to come out. You can hear them. So you can see no staining there. Gilled Bolete, that's a unique one. I'm gonna put that in the basket as well. So here's a small chanterelle. Very small. And then over here we have another cool mushroom you can find in the summer and fall. This is the coral pink Merulius, Flebia incarnata, and it will always be growing in association with the false turkey tail, the Sterium lobatum. Beautiful bright pink mushroom. It's not edible or anything, but it's very fun to see, very bright and cheery mushroom. Oh, and over here we have a little Grisette Amanita section vaginata. Okay, so many mushrooms. Let's continue. Oh, we got a little pop-up thunderstorm moving through. That's enough mushrooms for one episode. We'll have to continue this next time. So yeah, I'll see you then. I'm Michael File. It's been another episode of Mushroom Journeys.